Welcome back to our 4,000 science per minute quick build base. We are currently at the end of our last episode. We set up the last resource we need for yellow science. And I think what I'm going to do immediately next is just get yellow science built out here. First of all, we need a stacker for our full flying robot frames, which I think I might just build a double stacker up here. I think I've got a double stacker for the supply back here. Yes. And I need somewhere to go. Building horizontally here is kind of a waste when we have the ability to go up. So I want to go up. And then what we might do is just come over here, borrow basically, I guess, from here to there maybe. Rotate, go there. Don't need those bits, they're kind of wasteful. Okay. And then we can have a couple of supply stations just placed maybe as far up as there. And these are for our full, what are they called? What are they called? Empty flying robot frames, basically. Where are they? Flying robot frame. Maybe, there we go. Flying robot frames. So this is item equals flying robot frame. I think. Yes. Supply. And we'll copy that one to there. Now these two just need an exit. That's not going to work. I need this one's minimum exit distance. And then this one just follows along. Like so. And now let's make sure that this is... Oh, hang on. I want it to come all the way down here, not up there. So let's just remove this unnecessary piece of track and let our bots remove that piece, and we'll come all the way down here where it makes sense to do so. And we're going to have to do some re-signaling because you need chains before you go into one of these. And this guy here now probably needs to be a chain as well, due to how short this is. If we had much shorter trains, it would be okay, but not with our giant guys. Now this whole thing is really just for one train, or one purpose, which is our high-tech science, I think they call it. Is that the current name? And just be careful of the track, bud. What we need to do is obviously have some input stackers, plus maybe somewhere for trains to wait for science. So that again is very similar to this kind of thing. Is that going to be enough though? That's the only question. I'm not entirely sure. In fact, I might even... Hey, maybe that's right. We have a signal here, I don't know. I might have to invest in... let's put this as close as possible. Right there. Doesn't look like there's any signal there. There needs to be. You need to have yet another chain. So it's one chain to another chain. Here we want 2 lots of... actually, we don't want that one there. So this is for yellow science, but it's kind of the empty science trains in general. They'll come here, and this will kind of work, I guess, a bit like how I did it in the hyperbase design. Except obviously this is less painful for me to build this base. When that one had so... Oh, I'm out of rail. That's probably not surprising. Given this one has a lot more automated building capability than that other one did. I need basically another Sam Biddle. Okay, and unfortunately I don't have enough track even for this one to get built, so I'm going to have to turn my... Oh, you are building those, good. Pick up the corner sections, they're actually 4 straight sections. Power, we need power, otherwise none of this is going to work. Should be the power you need. That's not what we wanted. Yeah, actually, whatever we're getting from Sam Biddle II is probably no good. Okay. Looks like it's nothing at this point. Good. What we do need though is rail. So I might just put, say, 1,000 rail in there. Connect that up. And then refresh Sam Biddle 2. So that we can get an order delivered. Oh, he must have, yeah, he's done an assessment in addition to what I've asked for with my 1,000. Sam Biddle 2 has read these missing tracks and is filling that in for us. Which is great. Have I left the train somewhere awkward? Let me just have a look at ME starter. Yes, I've left it at nuclear power. We need to get rid of that so that it will... I've interfered with the process. It will start loading when it gets back here, which it should do soon. Okay, so for yellow science, I don't know where these are going yet. For yellow science, we're going to build along here. We need the normal yellow science items, processing unit, flying robot frame, low density structure. None of them are in such huge numbers that we need more than one load zone. And in our planner, We need 49.3. So this is another one where if we could increase the number of beacons, we get the number of these required down from 4 to 3. And in fact, we'll end up with 12 probably if we're going to increase it at all. 41. So the trains are 16 long, so it's basically 16, 32, 48. So we're going to need 3 lots of building machines, which is probably 2 places for science to turn up. I guess it's actually similar to this, except this is 2 lots of machines. We would need an extra lot of machines. So yes, this is perfect. Let's get a copy of this one. Do for now. Rotate. Oh, map. Rotate. You don't like rotating, do you? It's because of the wide chests that we have the news. So what we are going to need to do is find that recipe that we have just... Should start getting rid of some of these that I'm not using right at the moment. That's it. Let's put a yellow science here so I know what I'm talking about. Do I want to keep the station names? No. Modules, yes, and let's get rid of those. That's the one. So that would work. Except that we need an extra layer. Like so, and then we need to wipe out this one that they're hastily trying to build, so we don't need that top one. And that gives us 3 rows of machines. With the wrong recipe in them, of course, but that's okay because we can change that to the right recipe. You just have to be careful that you don't, when running past and copying, you got to be careful you're not on this thing because that's a separate entity to this thing. And more obstacles. Okay. Yeah, the requests and things that we have here are totally wrong, of course. They don't actually order though, because those bits are not covered by blueprints, which is thankful, really. Let us get rid of trees and rocks in this build, because otherwise the bots will make a real hash of a job of trying to do it. probably need all of these to actually head up. No, that's not true. I do need them to head down. Oh well. What I need more... You're powered by those. So you're powered. These are actually probably closer than they need to be. We could actually eliminate every second, I think. Yes. I'll leave that one. Probably should have been doing that row at the same time. Oh, right. And now we're missing all the chests, of course. Okay. Because they're on a different orientation, that mod seems to have an issue with it. Let's put some chests in then. And you... Again, the cheaty chest. Let's see how many times I end up using the cheaty chest. If it ends up being too often, I guess... let's clear that. I guess, you know... we can always go back to individual chests with a inserter between them. And I guess it would speed things up if I copied the complete row with all of these, but that's it for that one anyway, so it didn't really take that long. Let's do down here as well at the same time. Now the only problem with this is we're going to have to wire all the chests up because they weren't carried here by blueprint. So we don't get the free wires. Have I done the lot and does it make sense? This is a resource. Yeah, I suppose it does, because we've kind of got a half up here that can fill up trains. Not quite as quickly as the one that goes in here. And you are not going to be that, you're going to be yellow science. And I'm not sure what that number is going to be yet, but it's bound to change. We don't need as many as that as we've got. The ingredients for yellow science, last time I looked, were processing units. Processing units, flying robot frame, and low density structures. And I'm not sure what the numbers should be just yet, or where we should call them from. So is that correct? We've only got 2 resource in. Yeah, that is correct. Okay. That's 3/4 of it done. How far into the episode are we? 20 minutes or so. We need to cover this whole thing in a construction zone, so how would it look if I put one of these up here? There is a gap just over here. No, these guys are not connected. Oh, that's right. That was deliberate, wasn't it? Yeah. Now the whole thing should be covered. Let's just have a quick look. Oops. Yes, that covers all of it. It actually covers this one as well, which is awkward, but it should be fine. So now, did we get all the way to the top of there? Yes, we did. Okay, so now I guess it's time to unleash. This was to refresh my train track, but let's tell Sam Biddle to reassess things. Sam Biddle 2. And we can have a look at what he's ordering. It seems reasonable. Now, we need some construction bots, probably a few more than I have there. Can build the rail from what it has. Oh! I kind of saw that happening. I guess we'll respawn. There we are. Okay. Where are we? Live nowhere. Oh, there's the train that I want to get on. Let's just tell you to go manual. I'm going to run over there very slow. Well, amble very slowly over there, and then we're going to jump on board the Make Everything train. And that should see us safe. Probably ready to go. If we're not careful, it will reassess before this thing has had a chance to do what it needs to do. Oops. At least it was handy. Maybe I need a little bit more concrete around where you spawn for the next time I carelessly jump in front of a train. But I have absolutely no armor on. There's no biters on this map, so, you know, why would you put any on except to avoid dying by when you get hit by a train, I guess. Kind of the only reason. So how, oh, hang on, how are we doing here? We picked up everything, so that's good. So you really don't need a very large train with this outpost builder. It doesn't matter if it can't pick up everything, of course, or just come back and do another load. It doesn't really matter how long it takes to build, so you don't need a huge number of construction robots at the site either, just as many as it takes. I really should do a design for a trash train so that we can... Yeah, you do. So that we can... what's it called? Recycle the stuff at some of these places when we have too much. Yeah, we got all our stuff back. Sticks. I have 0 wood. Yes, I want you lot to go into the trash. Come on. Oh, that needs to be on. That doesn't need to be on. That's much better. Okay. What are we looking for? Some of these guys. I don't know where they all ended up. Any in there? Oh yeah, there's a decent number in there. And this one is the prize, okay. Let's give this a few more bodies to work a little harder. That's yellow science largely done. All we need to do now is refine the numbers and connect up these boxes once they've all been placed, which they haven't all yet. We also need exits for the 2 supplies in, and it wouldn't hurt to have somewhere for these to go, but I don't actually think I need to have it here. They may as well move on to the next area. So I'll go and get some rail, since I got like 1,000 extra. I don't have any Logi bots. I'm gonna have to pick it up myself. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'll leave that rail in there in case they need it for finishing off stuff. But otherwise, we're just going to exit. That's awful. Yeah, that's better. And we need some chain signals for all of the, whoops, not those. We need the other ones. We need the chain ones, since these are all trying to come together. One more in there and there, and a normal signal there. Yellow science, we now need some rules here. Actually, it's not yellow science, it's empty yellow science that we are going to have here. Science pack. No, that bit's fine. It's the rules that we need to set up. You're all done. Blue circuits are going to have to come from here ideally, which is blue circuit supply 2. Do I have that yet? Advanced processing units, no. We've only got supply, so we're now up to the number 1 version, which will come from supply 2. And probably should get that to preserve these, but I'm gonna get rid of the inactivity. Now that would mean that if blue circuits are less than P, we should order blue circuits from 1, and they're on their way. Now, I don't think we actually directed these trains to the flying robot frames. I don't think they're being called in. This is wrong. Let's get over there, sort this out. Oh, before we keep ordering blues constantly, let's do this as well. Hang on, where did it's down 1, isn't it? What? Where did I put the blue circuit, blue train in? Why did we get a train just then here? Blue, right. Where did we end up with an empty train coming through there? Oh. Guys, are you actually out of boxes? Where did you come from? Empty. Empty blue 2. We're not ordering from empty blue 2, are we? Okay, you'll learn the editing of TSM. So this deletes the empty, and now we can set it up properly for supply 2. And we've got rid of that already. Update. Supply 2. There we go. That's what it's supposed to do. So it should work properly now. Why are you not working? I've turned you on. I have no robots, basically, is the reason. Yeah, that should do. Okay, so whatever we need to do here is to be governed by full information. It does get slightly tedious doing this for a 16 length train, but it doesn't take that long. Might as well do this one as well. In a way, it's almost worth putting these into say, supply chests or something, and then just reading all the information off a roboport. That would save all of this individual wiring, but I don't know which one would be more friendly for UPS. I suspect the wiring ought to be. But you never know, right? Given that some of these patterns are 2 to size 2 chests, some are 1 to size 3 chests, and all combinations thereof, it was probably faster just to do them all like I did. So that's why I did that. What have you got now? 63,000, that should be fine. Let's just have a look again at the ingredients. 21-second crafting time, 2 processing units. Maybe it should be 32,000, say, when you order again. Now, the flying robot frames is what exactly? 1, so that should be 16,000. Did I ever do the... No, I still didn't do the flying robot frame. So that means you're empty. I need to... actually, I don't need to run over there. I can do it from here. If the names make sense. They do. So, empty flying robot frames. Do I have that in my list of things here? It doesn't look like it. Let's see if it's in our empty trains from... Yes, it is. Fantastic. Empty, empty. And that will select from that one. And we just have to edit this because we want until full. And that's set up. So that's the empty version. Now let's make a full resource train. This will come from that one. And I'll just get rid of the inactivity as well, because that's not good for this map. Right, the train needs to go from... Yes, that is the first one. And then it will travel to the other supply station, as dictated by flying robot frame supply. That one. Weight condition, circuit condition. That's it. And now they both have that. So now we want to update the requester next to the load station, so we can use requesters without going to the map directly. That actually took a moment. It looks like there's a few names that need to change too. We are looking for an undefined station. This one. The load. So let's define it. It's undefined because this hasn't been defined. We need to get the empties. So it's that one and that one. We can hide these. There's no need to have them in our list. That should be all we need to do. Possibly. Oh, we're ordering the wrong thing. I can't do that one remotely. I need to run over there. Well, I can do it remotely. I'd have to I'd have to use a deconstruction planner to deconstruct it and then reconstruct it with the right information, and connect it up as well, which is a little bit difficult. So you are those guys. Greater than 6.4k. At the moment it is nothing because this is not even connected. This side doesn't appear to have all the resources it needs. It's waiting on the electric engine units. The electric engine units are made down here, but for some reason they do not appear to be enough in supply. 22,000. We are missing something. Maybe it's iron. Doesn't appear to be any iron. 15,000 iron. Why are you two not functioning particularly well? Unknown. Okay. Well, I guess what I'll do is I'll just run over there. Use even distribution to redistribute that iron. No. Don't do this stuff. No. No. Logistics off. Okay. Oh. We're full already. Okay. That was foolish. Okay, these guys. That's kind of wrecked my plan. Oops. 4.5. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6, 7, 8. 31, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That was the amount to which they were overloaded. One here that appears to be about that much too many. Alright, that appears to be fair. that's it, I think. Just using even distribution to put all these back into place in an even manner. I'm not sure why we had an issue. Yeah, I don't know. And we're back in action. We don't need you. Thanks very much. Okay, so that should load up another electric engine unit train, which will then enable one more of these to come through, which will then supply over here correctly. Okay. We haven't got any yet. What is the other thing we need? We need low density structures. Okay, so I don't think there are a lot of ways that we're doing this. Just one supply. Okay, that's fine. Actually, you're not even set up. So you should be set up. Whoops, you should be set up for all those, which means there's an outstanding order for it somewhere in this list. Yes. Oh, the station name is terrible. Again, we'll have to sort that out. And the final one is this one, which simply needs low density structures. I would have thought we had low density. Yes, we do. It's on its way. Okay, we got two at once. Interesting. Okay. In fact, no. All right. I think that's what we want. So let's just copy this to the bottom combinators and copy it to the requesters as well. Ordering two at the beginning, that's interesting. I think I've got two slight operating bugs still that I need to deal with. Until then, we need now the science call through. I think we need to actually create the trains before I do that. So I might kind of call this done. You're waiting on the robot frames. Let me just make sure that all of our adjustments there are now fully operational. What are you? You're even more, because it called 2. Okay. What sort of numbers do we have here now for the flying robot frames? According to this, we have none, because it's not wired up at all. Okay. Whoa. Glad I was standing off the track. Okay, what exactly are we missing on this side in terms of making this happen? Oh, the electric engine units, okay. And the electric engine units, what are they missing? Seems to be happening. 27,000. When do you get called through? When you're 32,000. Okay. Let's have a look at production then. Over 1 minute, what are we doing with our electric engine units? We are getting 580, 590 per minute. What did we need with electric engines? We need 680. Why are we not getting more then? It was designed with 8 beacons in mind. How many sources do you have? 12 sources. So that should be correct. That's the right number of beacons. Why are you not producing faster? You seem to be about 90 short. Because you are not feeding your requester, nor are you. That's why we had the build-up of iron. Always check your builds, guys. Always check your builds. Now let's have a look. 5 seconds, 600. It's still not quite high enough. That's better. Jumping all over the place. I don't think we've done a minute yet. It needs to stabilize at... what was it? 680. Not there yet. 1 minute, come on. 650, it's going up. 660. Come on. You can do it. Um, 680. There you go. I'll call it done. Whether it is or not, I'm not 100% sure. It seems to be there. As long as it can maintain that, that's the main thing. Not sure, we'll tweak that later on if we need to. How many robots is this actively using? 93, so 200 should be ample oversupply. Okay, so that should supply this one very shortly and enable the other side to... ooh, another train. It's getting busy up here. And that's supplying down here. I don't think we have built any yellow science yet, but it must be getting close. Okay, how are we doing for time? 54. What I might do is, since we've been jumping around a bit, and it's sort of a little bit short of time to start getting into another one, purple science we'll start building next time. But thanks for joining me for this episode. I'll try and get them out slightly faster than I have, though I'm very excited with the C block series as well, so that's obviously taking a bit of attention. But yeah, thanks for joining me. I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye bye for now.